Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So, sister, if you've been following the podcast for a while, even more of the recent episodes, you know that I am boxing. I've been training for the last year, and I have my first tournament coming up on October the 7th, and it is early September as I record this podcast. Actually, what is this? Today is September the 5th, and so, see, it's 30 days, so 25 plus 7, so I'm 32 days away from my first boxing tournament. And, you know, the physical training of boxing, I got it. Like, I've really built up my cardio. My strength is there. My power is there. I can hit the shit out of a heavy bag. I got speed bag, just going, and that takes months to get that. When I train and do mitts with my boxing coach, Rob, I got it. Combinations, I'm good. All this, right? When you actually begin to spar, it's a totally different game. No one sits there and tells you what punches to throw. They're not just open. You got to figure shit out. And there's no way of doing it outside of sparring, actually fighting someone. Right now you've got mouth guard and sometimes headgear, and you're not going all out, but you're still going to tap each other, right? Up until very recently, almost all of my sparring has been with my coach, Rob. And we didn't spar at the beginning because I think he didn't really fully believe that I was going to be all in with this. And so I'm sure he has a lot of people that want to do privates with him because I do one-on-one coaching, mostly just group classes. So a lot of his fighters, they're group, they're not one-on-one, they're young kids. They don't even have money to do one-on-one coaching, they do group. And so, I don't know if he really wanted to invest sparring. And he kept talking about, a lot of people don't want to get hit in the face and stuff. I'm like, no, I want to do this. I don't think you understand. I'm doing this. And, you can either be with me or not with me. Which one is it going to be? Till he finally got the message. And we started to spar. Now, Rob is 6'3". He's a kickboxer. So long, lean, lanky, long arms, long legs, his just a really, really a long reach. And so it's very different than I will be matched up with a female who's close to my height and my weight. So I had a session with the young girl. They're all young girls. They're 21, 18 years old, and I'm fucking 48. It's crazy, right? And I had the first time I sparred, I didn't really know what to expect. I thought I had to come out I'm a badass and kind of have this, bravado, this kind of tough girl energy. And then I got hit and I thought she wasn't supposed to hit me and I took it personally. And it was this whole big experience the first time around. I'm okay, I understand it now. I get sparring. It's for me, right? It's I honor my sparring partner. They're here for me. I'm here for them. We're going to each learn off each other by this experience. So we're not going to kill each other, right? Then I had another one. And it was, again, better. It was good and stuff. I'm okay, I'm kind of getting the hang of this a little bit more. And then we haven't sparred really. Let me see. Yeah, that was only with 2 other females. And then as we're getting closer to the time, Rob's okay, we got to get more sparring than just with me. So I want you to come to the Friday. Before he said, you can come and spar with everybody Friday nights. It's from 6 to 7. I'm nope, that's date night. I'm not doing that. So as we started getting closer to the fight, or to the tournament, then he said, look, we got to get more sparring. You got to come Friday nights, right? And there were some that I wasn't able to make because of traveling, or Ed's away, or then I've got a couple coming up this month in September that I'm away 2 weekends in a row, including the Friday night. And I was okay, date nights are switched now to Saturday. We're going to come to Friday nights. The first one that I went to, no females. I'm great. It's all this young guy, testosterone, bravado. I mean, the guys were all really respectful of me there, but you could still kind of feel that. If you've been the only female or one of the few in a gym or at a training center or something, you can kind of feel eyes on you a little bit, right? Because they're young dudes and you're fucking a female, the only one there, only one to kind of look at. And so Rob actually ended up pairing me with Japanese guy who's close to my height, and he's just a really nice young man, and very honoring, and it was fine and good and stuff. And then this last, but I still was kind of oh God, I suck sparring. This is so fucking hard, felt like I was going back to the beginning after close to a year of training. And then this last Friday, so this is just like about 4 days ago, there was 3 women, actually just 2 that were sparring though. One who I had sparred with before, great girl, she's like 18, 19 years old, but like great. And I knew her. And another was this other girl who seemed like she had a hell of a lot more experience than me. And I felt very intimidated by, and she didn't give any eye contact. And, you know, this is nothing good or bad. It's just what I experienced in that time. A lot of stories that I created about it. And so even before I got there, I had a big meltdown. I was crying. I'm talking to Ed. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, seriously, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing this for? Like, it is a very different experience to get into a ring. And if you haven't done it before, you really don't know. And I don't mean to be like, you know, fuck you, you don't know, I mean, you know, if you have ideas about it and stuff, but like just you truly don't know the experience. It's like parenting. You have all sorts of ideas about parenting. I remember my husband and I saying, you know, when we have kids, like, they're not going to watch TV until they're 3 because, you know, the research says and screens on their brains. And we're like, you know, Tyson's like, I don't know, 1.5 years, we're like, just turn on some fucking Sesame Street, right? Like, I need a break. This kid needs to just like, just need to chill for a little bit, right? So things change when you actually experience it. So it's the same when you actually get in the ring. And there's truly nothing like it because you have to figure it out. You got to think in the moment, you know, even though Rob's coaching me and giving me feedback, and it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of do or die. Like you got to figure the shit out. And the only way you figure it out is by actually being there and doing it. And so coming up to this sparring session, the big meltdown that I get, I'm already feeling kind of defeated. I'm feeling kind of defeated in my training that week. And then I go to sparring and then I can see these other women. I'm like, oh God, here we go kind of thing, right? Like, all right, like I kind of knew with the guy the previous week that, you know, a lot of, if guys, if they do spar you, they don't want to hit you. A lot of guys, they don't want to hit women. Like, and it's not like they feel like we're somehow fragile and stuff. Maybe they feel that way, but I think it's just you know, guys don't want to hit women. Like, they just see it as like, it's a wrong thing. So I know that the guy, like I remember when I'm sparring and as I'm close to him, I'm like, just fucking hit me. Like, hit me. It's okay, hit me, right? But So I have experience with these 2 women. Again, one I'd sparred with before. One I almost like, I felt like I could trust her a little bit more. I felt, it sounds kind of funny, but I felt safe with her. The other one, I could just really feel the sense of like, the first thing comes to my mind is like, I'm going to fuck you up. And I don't think that was her intention. It was the stuff that I was feeling, and I'm nervous, and then it's like, it's not going well. And how it worked is we each did like a 2-minute round with each. So I would go in, so we'll just call them woman number 1, woman number 2. First round would be a 2-minute round because that's how long my rounds are going to be this tournament. So I would be 1 round with woman number 1, 1 round with woman number 2. Then I step out and then they spar each other and then I go back in. So we did that 3 times and it got better as I went on. But, you know, I left that. And again, I felt so fucking defeated. And it was the whole story running in my head is like, this is so hard, this is so hard. And I'm sharing about it on Facebook, and I'm posting stuff, and I'm writing about it, podcasting about it. And I'm getting all sorts of really incredible, very helpful, very insightful feedback from people who have been in the fighting world. I mean, one gentleman shared with me, he's like, my dad is a boxer, was a professional boxer, so was my grandfather. I used to fight growing up, didn't really like it, but did anyways. I played football, I've done this, I've done that. He goes, boxing is the fucking hardest thing ever. It's the hardest thing. He goes, it takes years to really understand like how to fight in a ring. Like, it takes time and it's so fucking hard. And those comments again, like, really helpful. And people I know who fight, like, Karen, it's okay, like, just be present. Like, you know, don't overthink all this stuff. But yet it was still, the story was running through my mind of just like, this is hard, this is hard, this is hard. And it hit me yesterday. When I was walking my dogs. And what the voice really said to me was that maybe there's another possibility. And I thought, holy shit. Like, not to say that it's still not going to be difficult, but no shit, I'm going into this is hard, this is hard, this is hard, and that is my experience, because I expect that. Again, not saying I'm going to walk in the ring or I'm going to walk into sparring or the ring at this tournament, just say like, this will be easy. Like, I'm good, I got this, and kind of like have, false confidence. It's not about that. It's just there was a switch that went off inside of me and it said, wait a second. What if I was to go into the next time I spar and instead of having this heaviness of like, this is hard, this is hard, this is hard, that I go, let me just kind of be in the moment. Let me just be a little lighter on this. Let me actually even be lighter on my feet. Before I felt so heavy and grounded in my heels. And this kind of like this gentleman who's been in boxing for a long period of time, he no longer coaches or boxes or anything, but he kind of comes and he hangs out at the gym. And he was kind of giving me a little bit of feedback in between rounds at sparring last weekend. And he said, just be on your toes, like just be lighter in your body. And that really stuck with me. And then when the voice spoke to me yesterday, I was walking my dogs, I'm like, oh my God. I'm being way too fucking hard on myself. This is heavy. It's hard enough as it is. I'm making it worse. So what if I now go into the next experience of sparring and as opposed to saying, this is hard, this is hard, this is hard, I have a different mindset. Holy fuck. A mindset coach that's understanding something deeper. This is what it's like when you do this work. This is what it's like when you put yourself in experiences that are uncomfortable and that scare you and you go like, what am I doing? Like, I don't need to do this. It would be easy for me to go, I don't need to, like, I'm done. I'm 48. I got 2 kids. I'm married. I have a business. Like, I don't want to get my face messed up. Like, what the fuck? Like, what am I doing this for? But I know there's something in this for me. Here's the crazy shit. I think there will be something of the experience. I know there will be of the actual tournament, sister. But there's even more of the journey along the way. And this is a piece of it. What I'm sharing today is a piece of this. This was for me to see. Yes, sparring. Yes, life. Yes, marriage. Yes, parenting. Yes, business. Yes, your health can be fucking hard. But if you continually go about it with that energy, if you constantly only have that way of seeing it, that way of showing up for it, it will actually continue to be harder than it needs to be. And there's a possibility for you to see something different in the experience than you do right now. Hey, Tyson. Daddy's coming back in a few minutes, buddy. Mom is recording a podcast right now. Tyson had his first day of school. And we were up late last night, hey buddy, and then up early this morning when your brother woke you up, and you had about a 3-hour nap. Let me be with you just in 1 second, buddy, okay? I'm just finishing up. So a new possibility. Okay, buddy. So cranky. Let me be with you in 1 minute, buddy. So let me finish this up then for you, sister. So here's your more tip for you then today. What is something that is going in your life right now, whether it's with your marriage, it's in your business, it's with your body, your health, it's with your kids, your family, that you're just going, this is so hard, this is hard, this is so hard. And what is the new possibility you can actually see? And I want you to journal and really see the insight that you glean from this experience. And then to add to that, because again, insight's cool, but action is better. Action is something where you actually apply it. So what is one action step you can do the next 24 hours that will shift that way? That'll be one thing that you can do. It'll be one action step you can take that'll shift it from this is so hard to a new way of you actually seeing this whole experience and this thing that you have about it being so hard that it can actually change. So I will talk to them. Oh, actually, before I go to the end of that, I'm a little bit distracted when Tyson came out here then. So you need to actually go ahead and make sure that you get a request to be added to my new closed Facebook group called the Women Wanting More Experience. We're now at 534 women in there, 534 amazing group of women that I put questions in there, video questions. There's actually a Facebook Live training that I'm dropping on Thursday this week. So depending on when you listen to the podcast, I mean, this is like 1 day later. There will be an opportunity to actually connect with me live time. There's 3 women that I'm going to take through that will have a question. This will be cool. It'll be like old school style, like call in old school style, like old radio shows. I'm trying to say of like call in questions. And I'm actually going to have I'm actually going to I call them or they call me on my cell phone, and we will go through that question live on the Facebook Live Q&A. So lots of amazing stuff happening within there. There's new programs that I'm dropping within the Women Wanting More experience. I'm really doing this to provide value for those that just aren't ready for the sisterhood yet, or it's like kind of the beginning step to get a flavor of more of what Women Wanting More in this message and what it's like to work with me is what that experience is really like. Hence the Women Wanting More experience. But I'm also using it as like a laboratory. It's 534 women there right now. So this is a good number of women that really helps me understand you better and to really listen and observe so I can really serve you best. So head over to Facebook, enter in Women Wanting More Experience. You'll see the group pop up, and I want you to request to be added to the Facebook group today. So I will talk to you in the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.